again because we have already read individually all of them. So we'll just revise it again one more time. So first of all, when the two systems were there in connection with one another, so nothing more hardware devices was required except then your LAN connection and your NIC. Why? Because only two systems were communicating with one another. In case if two systems are only communicating with one another, they can just directly interact with one another with the help of LAN connection or with the help of the NIC card. That means the address will be transferred because the NIC cards are installed in them and they will be connected with the help of your LAN. So this is the way the first two systems were communicated with one another. But what if and they are in proximity to one another? They are not like so far away from one another. So they just figured out what if the distance is so much, then what shall we do? So in that case, if the distance increases between the two terminals, what do they do is they'll put a repeater. So please make a note of it that when do you use the repeater? When the distance between the two of the nodes increases by 100 meters. If it is more than 100 meters, you would have to use a repeater in between both of the terminals so that your data will not get lost and the data will be restated to the another terminal with the help of the repeater. So then repeater came into the existence. But see, repeater is only two-way port, means only two devices can be connected to this repeater. So what if we want to connect so many devices to this? So in that case, we invented our hub, which is generally used in the star topology. So now hub is also said to be as a multi-port repeater. So because why it is multi-port repeater? Because it also does the function of regenerating the data given to it. So it will repeat the data, it will regenerate the data. So it is a multi-port repeater. The drawback with the repeater was that it was only two port, but now hub we cannot say it is a two port because it has so many ports associated with it. So then what was the problem with hub now? See, what is the function of the hub? If you remember, hub what actually does, it sends the data from one of the node and hub is not intelligent as I told you before. So it transfers it to all other nodes. It does not filters out your data. It transfers it to all other nodes and then the nodes will be deciding whether it belongs to them or not by reading the MAC address. So it would be like if this is sending, this is also sending, if this is also sending, all will send the data, or if two of them are also sending the data will be transferred to all other nodes also. In case, suppose if this particular node is sending the data, this three will receive the data. Similarly, at the same time, this is also sending the data. So this three will send the data. So now these two nodes are already in network traffic. Why? Because this node is also sending the data, this is also sending the data, whether it belongs to them or not. But what actually hub is doing, hub is just passing it to everyone. So in that case, there would be a huge network traffic. So that would be a disadvantage in case of hub because it cannot filters out the data and then increases network traffic. So in that case, what actually happens, the solution to this was bridge. Now see, we will see here one term was written over here, broadcast. You might be knowing very well about the broadcast, what does it means, but again repeating it, broadcast means sending the same message to so many people at the same time. That is what your broadcast. That means whatever the available channels are there, you are sending it to all the channels which are available to you. Like you generally do some message broadcast also nowadays in the WhatsApp. What do? You select the same message and so many to persons to whom do you want to send the same message to. So that is what you are broadcasting the message. Similarly, here also broadcasted. It doesn't filter it, but broadcasts it to everyone. Then it becomes a node's responsibility to check whether it belongs to them or not. But in that way, a huge network traffic would be there. So in that case, to remove that problem, we have now bridges into the existence. So what actually bridge is doing? It is connecting so many systems together as we were having into the star, as we were having into the hub. But the only thing which is good about bridge is that it filters out your data. It does not allow the data to pass on to the another site if it doesn't belong to that particular network. In that way, bridge filters out your data using your MAC address and thus reduces a lot of traffic also. So this is the way how your bridge come into the existence and how it is useful other than the hub. But then again, bridge is also having a problem. What could be the bridges that will be having a problem? You already know that bridge is also two port. Only two LANs would be connected to it. But what if you wanted to connect so many LANs to it? So then we have switch into the existence. You can see the picture of the switch. Like if two systems, you can see the picture of bridge first. There are two systems. Like this one network is there, one network is there, so bridge is used in between them to connect. Similarly, if this two systems are there, bridge is used. If we talk about this two system, again bridge is used. So if there are four networks, then four bridges are used between them. So instead of using four bridges, we can just convert these four bridges to one switch. And that way, it would be even cost effective also, and also it will be helpful because why bridge doesn't gives you an equal bandwidth. So one more additional feature we have of switch is that it gives a dedicated bandwidth. That means if switch is having suppose 100 mbps of bandwidth in a band, and it is a width of a band, that means in which your data travels. So more the width will be there, more the data will move faster, and the data will move with the data speed. So if more bandwidth will be there, definitely the data speed will also increase. Suppose if we have two communities connected with the switch and they do not have the amount of bandwidth is not distributed equal. One is having 60, one is having 40 in case of total bandwidth we have 100 Mbps. So in that case, the one which is getting 60 Mbps will be more faster, can work more efficiently on the net rather than the 40 Mbps one. So that problem gets removed from the switch because switch gives you a dedicated bandwidth. If it has a 40 Mbps, it will give 10, 10, 10, and 10 to all of them. Everyone would be having equal bandwidth. Everyone can share the data with the equal speed in the channel. So that is also a plus point of the switch. Switch what actually is doing is just transferring. It is just transferring the data from one place to another place, and removing the four bridges from one switch also has a capability to give a dedicated bandwidth, and thus it is more efficient than any another bridge because dedicated bandwidth makes them work in equal and efficient way as any another network. So that is why our switch came into the existence. But the problem is there again with the switch. What is the problem do we have with switch now? See, switch is multi-port bridge. But what happens when switch is connected to so many LANs, it cannot really stop your traffic, data packets destined for a different LAN segment from traveling to all other LAN segments. The problem is there that what happens actually as we were
Ma'am, we
having it
can't
in
hear
the
you.
hub, that the data were transferred to all other nodes in the similar way. Switch is having
I
a
mean, I
problem
can't
that
hear you for some reason.
if somebody is speaking something, can you be louder? Anyone?
No, ma'am, I wasn't able to hear you for some time. I was just telling you.
Okay, fine. Okay. So the problem with switch was now that switch has already like bridge has been changed with the switch. So it is good fine that they have a dedicated bandwidth, but the problem is that whenever anything has been sent from switch side, it is again in the same way has been broadcasted to all other LANs because switch is difficult to identify that which particular LAN that does that data belongs to. So if it is unable to filters out the data at this point, it becomes so much of problem because so many nodes and networks are connected to that single switch, and so many are responding at the same time. The messages are passing at the same time, and if they do not know that which MAC address it belongs to, it will send to all other LAN connections. So that would be a huge data traffic. So in that case, the best option we have is our router. So how router is helpful? Because what router is actually doing, that router filters out your data on the basis of your IP address. As I told you yesterday, that router generally works on the basis of IP address. So router actually filters out your data all on the basis of your IP address. There is no more problem with the MAC address because IP addresses are like if there is a LAN, and if the systems are not in the network now, at least that particular node's IP address will not be there in that particular routing table. So there will be a limited connections to it for now because it changes dynamically as and when the systems will get added to it, IP address will get attached to it. So in this way, it changes dynamically, and since IP address are more secure and trustable, so router is the better option to use than any other network device for now, because it can filters out your data and can transfer your data to the destination only, rather than giving it to all other LAN networks and making it more crowded. So that was all your networking devices on the revision basis. If you have any doubts, you can just ask me. Otherwise, we'll move to the some more points which are left with this chapters. Any doubts?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Okay. Then we'll move on to this.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
what's the difference in the functioning of IP and MAC address?
See, MAC address is a address which is written on your hard disk. Sorry, on your NIC card. That is like installed inside your system, which is permanent. But IP address is like logical address. See, if your MAC address, suppose it also works on a table, that whatever the router is there will store the MAC address over there, that this particular node has been connected over there. If suppose this nodes get deleted from there or gets out of the connection, then also the MAC address is like a permanent address of your machine. So you are anyway revealing your permanent address and your data to someone else. MAC address is not, it's like only just the address which is written on your system to get connected to the network. But IP address is something, a logical address, which is always assigned a new one. Whenever your node is coming into the network, a new IP address will be assigned to your node. In that way, it increases a lot of safety rather than the MAC address. Because MAC address will be fixed, it cannot be changed ever. But IP address is like no one can identify you or can like keep an eye on you that every time this node is getting connected and transferring this side of message, because IP address keeps on changing every time. It is not the same every time. Whenever you will be connecting to the internet, a new unique IP address will be provided to you. So in that case, it is just for more safety and more reliable to use than the MAC address. They're completely different. MAC is a physical address which is permanently written on it. IP is a logical address which keeps on changing every time you get connected to your node, to network. Clear?
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Okay, now there are some things like we have already read the network layout, how it should be in the network devices, how it should be, but there are some questions which are being framed using this thing. I do not know such questions may come or may not come, because this is for the first time that it has been introduced in the syllabus, but it is better to cover the questions based on this. So we'll just see some few of the questions, how we have to decide this all. So before doing the question, there are some things which you should know. So like if there is a company, Priatech Corporation, for example, and they have three blocks: HR resource, HR block, conference block, and finance block. Now they are a part of one institution only, but they are separated with certain distance in between them. And they wanted that a network advisor they require, which can just make them understand their requirements and can suggest them the best network layout. Now, if this question comes to you, how will you answer to this question? So before going to that, we'll just see how he is deciding it so that we can also do it for the next question. So what actually he is doing is that first of all, the network layout, that means the cable length will be required. If we can minimize the cable length or the structure of the cable length can be kept easier, it is easy to communicate. So we will just see that which topologies can work out. So we can hope of bus and star topology first, because mesh is so much of cables are required and so complex to use. Ring topology has so many failures and also cable requirement is quite more than the bus topology and star topology. We'll just go through first bus topology. So we will try to arrange this all the three blocks in different ways so that we can reduce our minimum cable length. So if we go ahead like this, then we have the cable length is 190 meter, because HR to conference we have 110 meter and conference to finance we have 80 meters. So total weight becomes 190 meter. In this way we will arrange everything, then we can see that the different number of meters will require for it. Let's see with star topology also, how does it work out. So if we see the star topology, we can see that if we lay out our structure like this, then you can see that the minimum amount of cable we can require is 120 meter. So if the minimum cable we can have using this, why don't we go ahead with star topology only? So the answer to that question will be that the topology or the network layout you should choose is star topology. Why? Because the amount of cable length required in it is very less, and even the layout of the structure is also quite easy. Now they're asking us the next question, that where do we locate our server? So there is always a rule for the server. The rule says that wherever the number of nodes are more or higher should be the place of the server to be kept. Why? Because server needs to communicate with all the devices. And if we have a block which is having maximum number of nodes in it, why don't we keep our server over there only then? So that at least that much amount of requests which is coming to the server can be minimized. Because if it would be in the same server, definitely the amount of network required will be less as compared to the resource, human resource and conference, because they are quite at a distance from there. The rule says the number of computers more, keep the server in that room only. So what will be the answer to this question then? That the finance room is having 120 number of computers, so we will put our server in finance block. Next question says that how do we decide repeater location? Because we know anyway that the meter, already you know in the picture that the distance is more than the 100 meter, and if distance is more than the 100 meter, definitely we are going to use repeaters over there. So how do we decide how which repeater do we need to use? So there are some cables. Three cables are there: twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, and fiber optic cable. Now the three cables are differentiated only on the basis of their speed and how much meters they can just send the data to. So suppose if your data is exceeding till 100 meter or as limit exceeding just 100 meters only, then you can go repeater with twisted pair cable. If it exceeds more than 500 meters, you have to go repeater with coaxial cable. And if it is in kilometers, you would have to go with fiber optic cable. And if it is beyond kilometers, definitely you'll be going with satellite communication, because then no more cable can work out. We cannot really stretch our cables too much. So these three cables are there, with which you should know or you should remember that how many meters can they extend to. Because if the question comes that which cable length are you going to use or which cable are you going to use, you would have to name them up, because and you have to remember it that they are based on the meters. So the number of meters, how much they are extended, you should know about it. And last we have is how we will decide hub and switch location. See, hub is anyway not better to use it, but if case the cost is a problem with you, then definitely you can go with hub. Otherwise, switch is always the better option to go with. Also, hub and switch are only used when there are more than two devices connected. So if only two devices are connected, there is no need of using a hub and switch. If more than two devices are connected, you will be using hub or switch. It depends completely if you can afford it. You can clearly write it into the answers also that it depends on a person. If they can afford it, definitely it will be okay to go with switch. Now see, these are the cables I was talking about. There are three cables: twisted pair, coaxial cable, and fiber optic cable. So now see, twisted pair cable has a maximum strength of 100 meters, in which two types are also there. Coaxial cable is having maximum strength of 185 to 500 meter. So these two cables have been used over here, and for here 2 kilometer, 100 kilometer. At least you would have to remember these 3 points over here. Not the bandwidth or installation or something, but these 3 segments should be in your mind, because you might get a question saying that what type of cable should be used. So now see, this is one of the question again. Question you may assume it like this only. Given the following layout, suggest and justify the placement of repeaters and switch and hub. So see, first question is that suggests the layout placement of repeater, and we're very much aware about repeaters that when do we install repeater? When the length increases more than 100 meters. So just sum up the length. So if you go from building 1 to building 4, 70 to 35, that becomes your 105. And this is also your 150 meters. But there are more than two fixtures. This is 150 meters. Yeah. So this, the length is automatically, you can see that it is more than 100 meters. So what you can do is you can put the repeaters between your building 1 to building 4 and also between building 1 to building 3. But see, this is only two systems are communicated with one another. So repeaters must be required between building 1 to building 4, because we might lose our data while communicating till there. So you can just write it there that whenever the distance exceeds more than 100 meters, the repeater will be placed over here. So for here, building 1 to building 4 will be requiring your repeater. Next, we have is where to put switch and hub. So you can see that building 1 is the only device which is connected with more than two computers or even two computers. So this will be the only place where your hub and switch should be placed. In this way, you will be just answering our question. This is our another question. This question is having so many buildings. like Pro, Gracell, Wizard, Robo, and Master. All the buildings are having different numbers of computers in it, like 55, 185, 60, 55, and 70. Also, they are separated with some meters, which is already been defined over there, listed over there, that how many meters are they separated from. So now the question is, suggest the possible cable layouts for the building. So now in this case, you would have to really brainstorm yourself that which topology will go on. You have to try out all the possibilities which can minimize your cable length. So if you see the answer, we have figured out two of the possibilities in which we can see that even if we use this is 190 meters, but this is the only way in which we have total length required for this is 155 meters. So definitely we'll be going with this. This is a bus topology only, which is requiring 155 meters of your length. Now this is like already done for you, but the next time you receive the question, you would have to figure it out yourself by adding up in all possible ways that what could be done for it, what could be the possible layout, how we can minimize the length. The next question we have is, where would you suggest the placement of server? So I'll just ask Anirudh, where will you suggest me the server to be placed? Anirudh, can you hear me, Anirudh?
Yes, ma'am.
Answer me, where would you suggest the placement of the server?
Like,
Anyone else?
Ma'am,
right corner.
Gracell.
ma'am, on Robo or Robo?
On
Gracell.
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 It has the most number of computers.
No, even on Robo.
Yeah.
On Gracell.
Can you tell me who the one who is saying Robo, that how it will be on the Robo?
Yes, sir.
It will be Gracell because server is
Yeah,
having
185 computers. Sorry.
yeah. The number of computer increases, or the room which is having the maximum number of computers will be having your servers. In this case, Gracell will be the building or the room where the server will be kept. The next question we have is, suggest the cable type that should be used. Who is going to answer this?
Hub.
I have opened even the comparison of different things. You can see from here,
Coaxial cable.
we have 155 meters. So which cable should we go through?
Twisted pair.
Why
Ma'am,
twisted
but,
pair? It's still 100 meters. We have to go for 155 meter was the length of the cable.
Okay.
Coaxial.
Coaxial.
It will be coaxial cable with which type? Thinnest type, because
Thinnet.
it's just till 155, so it will be
Thinnet.
thin net coaxial cable will be your answer. That thin net coaxial cable will be your cable which will be used. The last one, which I think is very easy for you all to answer, is the question is, the management wants that the network traffic should be minimized. For this, which network device would you suggest out of the following
Bridge.
devices and why?
Bridge.
Can you tell me, Arnav, why bridge and why not hub and repeater?
Because hub is not intelligent.
Yeah. So it will
So
anyway
it
increase the
doesn't-
network traffic rather than
It
reducing
doesn't.
it.
Yeah, it
And
uses
repeater?
huge network bandwidth. That's why hub will not be used. And repeater, even repeater is just for two devices, and it does not do those. It doesn't filter data. So bridge is
Yeah.
the only way for us.
Yeah, so he's absolutely correct that hub is not intelligent enough. So instead of just reducing the data, it will send it to all the devices and thus will increase the network traffic. Repeater is like only used for two devices, which we cannot use over here because we have so many building blocks which have so many computers inside it. The last option we have is bridge, and anyway we have already spoke before also that bridge is the one which reduces or filters out your data efficiently. By reading the MAC addresses, it just filters out your data. Any doubt related to this chapter? We are done with this chapter. On Monday we'll be starting internet, which is a part of this unit. So we'll just finish now this unit because very easy topics are remaining now. We'll finish this unit, then we'll pick up our database part again. Any doubts till now? And I'm trying to finish anyway our syllabus soon so that we can practice more on pandas because your 25 to 35 marks are there in pandas itself and your sequel. So for now, any doubt?
Ma'am, can you share the, ma'am, can you share this PPT? I mean, this day's PPT. Because I missed the starting part of the lecture.
Okay, I'll share anyway all the PPTs on the Google Classroom. Now the chapter is already finished. I'll share Google Computer Network along with the class test answer key on the Google Classroom by today, tomorrow, or we'll get it soon. As and when I'll get time, I'll just share it on the Google Drive. Sorry, on the Google Classroom.
Okay, ma'am.
And Anirudh, can you just please tell me that have you submitted the form to fill up the books?
No, ma'am.
You don't want
Ma'am, I
any
have
books?
to check which. Ma'am, I have books. I don't have the like IP journal. That's all.
You
I'll
don't
fill
want
the
it
form
now
today.
anymore?
Ma'am, I'll fill the form.
Now no need of filling up the form because I'll not get the details. The forms has been closed. If you want anything, you can just WhatsApp me the details about it now. I
Yes,
called
ma'am.
you up, your father, your mother, nobody is picking up the call. You are not a part of 12th group.
Ma'am, I am.
Even though not reading the messages. Who is Masters of Puppet? Please change your username. I think you are only.
Yes, ma'am.
Change it, Masters of Puppets. Okay, fine. We are done with the day. Have a nice day. Enjoy your day ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice day.
Okay, thank you. Ending.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Have a
Thank you,
good
ma'am.
day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.